Hello and welcome to True Audiofiles, where we're going to talk about deluxe edition box sets for albums and whether they're starting to get priced way out of control. So, the first one that really caught my attention on this one was Kiss's Destroyer 45th Anniversary Super Deluxe box set. And that box set was priced at $200. I think it was 3 CDs and a Blu-ray. May have had a 4th CD, I can't remember, but I'm sure you can. Anyone out there could correct me if I'm wrong, but it's either 3 or 4 CDs and a Blu-ray, and a bunch of tchotchkes. It was a really well done box set, but I think it was probably priced at least twice as much as it probably should have been. I would have been more than willing to get rid of some of the extra tchotchke stuff that's in there to get it down to that like $100, $120 price range, which I think is a more reasonable price range for it. But so that was kind of the impetus to this. But then a couple weeks ago, there were a couple of announcements of new deluxe edition box sets, or basically box sets. Both of these ones were vinyl. That Kiss one was a CD one. But basically there was, the big one was Fear Inoculum, which they announced. I think they're selling, VIP versions that are signed for like $800 or $900 or something like that on their tour, at their merch stands on their tour. The regular version is coming out in a few weeks, and it's going to be priced at $180, where you're getting 4 records, but it's 2 records worth of music, because it's essentially each record has an etching on the second side, and the packaging looks pretty elaborate and really nice, and I think it's probably going to be an amazing looking box set. Problem is, I don't know who's cutting it, I don't know who's pressing it, or any of these things, and so that is, I think, way overpriced. Even the way it's constituted, I'm thinking, $100 might be a fair price for that. My general rule of thumb has always been, on vinyl box sets anyways, is usually, there's some rare exceptions, but usually if it's going to cost more than $20, $25 a record, I will tend to stay away from it. And unless I know that it's done by someone really good, like it's been cut by someone really good, it's been pressed at a really well respected pressing facility, things like that. So those are some of the exceptions to that rule. But like for the Tool one, no idea any of that stuff. Now the next one I'm going to talk about, I know a little bit more about, and I feel a little more comfortable about it, just because I know the pedigree on it. Still think it's a little overpriced though, and that is Norah Jones' Come Away With Me 20th Anniversary Super Deluxe box set. It's going to be a 3 CD set or a 4 LP set. The 3 LP set's pretty reasonably priced. I think it's right around $40. But with a record set, it's going to be $180. Basically, same songs are on both. There's also going to be a digital version of it as well. I'm assuming it's going to be a high-res digital download, but I don't know that for a fact. But essentially, you're getting 4 records, which is the main record on one, or the main album, I should say, on one record. And then some extra stuff like demos and alternate versions and things like that on the other 3 records. The good news about it, however, is the album proper has been cut from the original analog master tapes by Joe Nino Hernez. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really bad with the pronunciations, but he's from Sterling in Nashville, and it's going to be pressed at Furnace, which is basically Palace's U.S. pressing plant, who is a very well-respected pressing plant. I definitely put them on par with QRP and with RTI on their good days. So at least I know with that one, it's probably going to be a good quality box set. Still have a hard time with spending that much on a deluxe edition box set. So I know what some of you are probably saying as you see the Muddy Waters one step behind me and know that those sell for $125 a piece, and why I don't have, I'm not talking about those. So there's a couple of reasons for those. Number one, I have a lot of them, and every single one of them that I have purchased that I have alternate versions of, whether it be an audiophile reissue or a first pressing or both, I've always found that the one step has sounded better. And I also know that the process is a lot more expensive that they do. I know that the vinyl that they use to press it is a super high quality vinyl that is also a very expensive vinyl to use. So the materials are a lot more expensive. The process is more expensive. And my experience has been always positive on these. So although I still think they're really expensive, I don't have a problem justifying the cost of those in comparison to some of these deluxe editions. Especially that Kiss one. I mean, $200 and it's CDs. You could basically do a digital download for it. I think it was probably a lot less than that if it was available. And you're getting the same thing minus the tchotchkes and the the booklets and things like that. So, I don't know, I'd love to hear your take on it, see what you think. Do you feel that these deluxe box sets are starting to get out of control from a price perspective? Because I certainly do. Unfortunately, doesn't mean I'm not going to be gullible and buy a few of them still, but I still think that they could probably sell a lot more of them and make a lot more of their fans happy and feel like they're getting enough for their money or a bang for their buck by charging a more appropriate price. But want to hear what you have to say. I know that they basically are charging what they think they can, and if they're selling as many as they want to, then maybe I'm just someone who likes to complain for nothing because they're getting what they want and they're getting their money. So, but let me hear what you have to say. Leave your comments below. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button and hit the alert bell so you know when my new videos come out. Also, please check me out on my social media pages. I've got them linked below for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And that is everything I have for this week. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.